So, you're thinking of moving to Redmond, Washington. Well, in today's video, we are gonna go ahead and tell you everything there is to know about living in Redmond, Washington. We're gonna jump inside my computer, take a look around on Google Maps, tell you how far it is from the airport, how to get to downtown Seattle and the surrounding areas. We're also gonna cover a lot of the amenities that are in Redmond, Washington and talk about the parks, the restaurants, how to get different places, just to give you a good idea of what it would actually be like to live in Redmond, Washington. Be sure to stick around till the end because we also have some great driving footage of the surrounding neighborhoods. And we're gonna get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the greater Seattle area, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you'll be the first to know about the real estate market in the greater Seattle area. My name is Jess. My husband Sterling and I are local realtors. Our team gets calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move to the greater Seattle area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We would love to help you make that smooth move to the greater Seattle area. Okay, so here we are. We have Google Maps pulled up, and I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of the greater Seattle area. So we are surrounded by mountains and water, which makes getting around a little bit more difficult. So we have a couple of different options to get around the lake. You can go around it or across it, and we're going to cover that in just a moment. But first, I just wanted to point out, so we have the Puget Sound right here. We have Lake Washington here in the middle, and then right over here we have Lake Sammamish. So as you can see, it does limit your options. So north to south, on the west side, which is anything west of Lake Washington, right? So anything over here is, we consider the west side, the locals do. And we have I-5 that runs kind of north to south and gives you options that way. And then on the east side, so anything east of Lake Washington, we have I-405. And that also runs north and south. Both I-5 and I-405, they both connect at the north and the south ends of the lake. So that makes it really convenient. The other options that we have are going across the lake, and we have two main options there. The north option is going to be the 520 bridge. Now, this is a toll bridge, so there will be a fee. But with that, you usually do not find that it gets backed up or that it is ever crowded. So even though you are paying that fee, if you need to get somewhere and you want to save some time, that may be the better option. If you're doing a daily commute, that might not be as great of an option. The other option is right down here south, which is I-90. I'm going to circle that so you can see. And so that is not a toll bridge, and that would be another alternative. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and clear my screen here and then go ahead and wanted to just point out that Redmond actually covers 2 zip codes, and we will get into more detail as to why and what the difference is between the 2 zip codes in just a moment. But for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight the main zip code. So when people are referring to Redmond, this is essentially what they're referring to. And so first, we're just going to talk about where it's located in relation to getting to the airport, because that's always something that you're going to want to know. So as you can see, it is on the east side of Lake Washington. And so we're going to have a couple of different options to get to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. So the first would be to hop on 520, take that toll bridge, hit I-5, go south, and SeaTac is right down here at the bottom of the screen. The other option is going to be to hop on 520, then hit I-405 and go down around the bottom of the lake. Now, depending on traffic and if there's been accidents and road closures, another alternative would be to hit I-405, go south, hit I-90, go across the lake, and then down. So you essentially have about 3 different options, 3 different ways to get to the airport, just depending on what the traffic is like if there's been any accidents or whatnot. So that makes it nice to have alternatives. I always like that. I hate when you're stuck with only one option. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Redmond and talk about the 2 different zip codes. So right here, what I am highlighting is the rough outline of 98052. And this is really popular because we have Amazon, we have Nintendo USA, we have Microsoft, all located right here within this zip code, as well as it neighbors Kirkland, which is right over here, which has a Google office. So again, very popular for people who are working in the tech industries. There's a lot of other industries in the area as well having to do with tech that are a little bit smaller names. So this side of Lake Washington is very popular for those working in those industries. You also are not too far from Bellevue. So Bellevue is probably going to be 15 to 20 minutes, just depending on where you're located in Redmond and depending on the time of day. Kirkland is probably going to be closer to 10 to 15 minutes. So it just makes it really convenient because you're located so close to Kirkland and to Bellevue, but your price points in terms of homes and condos are not going to be as expensive as Kirkland or Bellevue. So we have a nice mixture of single family homes, of condos, and of townhomes and apartments to provide for all that housing. So depending on what kind of housing you're looking for and what your price point is, you do have a huge range. You can get that single family home that might be a little bit more expensive, but you have your own place and yard. Or if having a yard is not as important, but you want to be maybe closer to downtown or to the tech jobs, then you could get a condo or townhome. So a lot of options there, which is really nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear this off and we'll talk about the other zip code. Oh, one more thing to mention is that in 98052, you're looking at around 73 to 76,000 people, just depending on when the latest census was done. Whereas 98053, we are going to be looking closer to 22 to 25,000 people. So let me go ahead and pull that up right here and I'll highlight it so you can just see it a little bit better on the screen as well. Again, kind of a rough outline here. Okay, so often, like I mentioned before, often when people mention Redmond, they're going to be talking about that 98052 zip code. People refer to like East Redmond, it would kind of be this 98053, and you'll more often than not hear people talk about Union Hill, Novelty Hill, and Ames Lake. And again, so this area, as mentioned, we have a lot fewer people. You're going to have bigger lots, a lot more farmland. You're going to have homes on the lake. If you want to get out and away from people, but also be within 15 to 20 minute drive to all the amenities, this zip code would be really great. This zip code is also really close to getting to Highway 203, as you can see right here. And what's great about that is you can go north to Highway 2 and you can hit Stevens Pass and you have hiking and skiing, or you can head south to I-90 and hit Snoqualmie Pass, also have great hiking and skiing. So you're really close to all the great outdoors while also enjoying all the amenities of being in the city. So that's one of the things I really love about this particular area. Last year we had a family move from Kirkland out to Ames Lake, and talk about just being peaceful and quiet, but also they were close enough that if they wanted to go in and enjoy some great restaurants, they weren't that far away. So just something to consider as you're looking and trying to figure out what area you want to be in. Okay, and just another thing to mention for both of these zip codes, according to niche.com, both of them get 98053 gets an A and 98052 gets an A+ in terms of education. They're both in the Lake Washington School District. So if you're considering like, should I go private or should I get a good public school? This is Lake Washington School District constantly comes up as one of the top rated school districts in our area. So that's just something that's great to keep in mind as you're trying to figure out where you want to be located. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and just outline this area one more time and talk about where some of the different things are located here. So over in this area, we are gonna have Microsoft, we're gonna have Nintendo USA over in this area. You also have another Microsoft building over here, as well as Amazon. So you can kind of see surrounding the downtown area, which is right here, and we will zoom in on that to talk more about those amenities in a moment. You're gonna have those tech jobs on either side. And again, we have Kirkland right over here with Google campus in kind of over in this area as well. So that just helps you visually to kind of see it when you're trying to determine where you may want to live in Redmond. Things are pretty centrally located and it's easy to get around. You can see 520 kind of winds up and around the downtown area. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in on the downtown area of Redmond so we can take a look at the different amenities and things that they have. So as you can see, we've got Costco, which is great, Target, Fred Meyer, Kohl's. We have the downtown Redmond Town Center is located right down in this area. And if you watched our vlog, that's where we did the intro, was right down in that area. So if you want to see footage of that, be sure to check out our vlog where we tour a couple of neighborhoods in the Redmond area. But that was shot right down there. It's a really great community center. There's lots of shopping, lots of restaurants down there, and they just have great community events, both in the winter months, around the holidays. They decorate it really nice and have some fun events. And then also in the summer months, there's a car show. They just host a lot of great things. So you get this great community feel, because I feel like Redmond, it feels a bit more suburban, but it also has a lot of really great amenities without having as high a cost as if you lived in Bellevue or Kirkland. So you can also see we've got Trader Joe's, that's always great. We have Molly Moon's ice cream, and if you've never had that is a must when you come to check the place out. During the summer, there are lines out the door. It is that good. And you can just smell the waffle cones. It is so delicious. Okay, so looking at a few other things. Oh yes, gotta mention this, Blazing Bagels. Gotta make a little plug there too. If you love bagels, gotta check that place out. So you can see that all of this is located kind of in one main area. So again, you come down to the main Redmond Town Center, and it does have condos and apartments down there. So if you don't mind having a more compact living and you don't want a big yard to take care of, this is a great place to live. Plus, right across 520 is Marymoor Park. Let's go ahead and zoom back out and talk about some of the great outdoor spaces in the Redmond area. So Marymoor Park is fantastic. It's 640 acres of green space. There's trails, there's an off-leash dog park, there are concerts in the park, there are movies in the park. Like, it is a fantastic area located. You can just see this big green space right here at the north part of Lake Sammamish. So that is a lot of fun. If you don't want to have a big yard, but you want access to green space, you have so many different options. So Marymoor, highly recommend. We also have Grasslawn Park. We have bridle trails as well. Now, Bridle Trails State Park is located just right outside of Redmond, down in this area right over here. So that would be technically in Bellevue, but you look at the border of Redmond right here, it's just across. And again, lots of trails. This is great. There's a lot of equestrian homes in this area as well, so you'll see a lot of horses. So that's really nice. Hartman Park, located in Education Hill, is a very popular park as well. And you can see we've got Perigo Park, Sportman Park, Evans Creek Natural Area. There's just a lot of great options in the Redmond area. Okay, so like I just mentioned, we are located at the tip of Lake Sammamish right here. So you have easy access if you want to do paddleboarding or have some fun playing in the lake. But then also, again, Redmond is right here, and look, you're not that far from Lake Washington. So that is really great too. You have so many options to enjoy the lake, enjoy the views. So you could just go ahead and hop over to Kirkland, grab a bite to eat, walk along the waterfront, and enjoy all of the amazing sunsets that they have because of their gorgeous west-facing views. Okay, so I wanted to just zoom back out one more time. I know I mentioned this, but just wanted to draw on the map in case you were curious, just so that you could get it, just get the perspective. Again, we've got Redmond located right here, and you have access out to Highway 203, which you can go north to hit Highway 2. Lake Stevens is up here, and Skycomish, there's lots of great trails, and then you can follow it down and hit I-90 and go to Stevens Pass, or excuse me, Snoqualmie Pass as well. So just wanted to make sure that I clarified that on the map. Another great place that you are about 15 to 20 minutes, just depending, is Woodinville. It's just north of Redmond. And if you like wine, that is a fantastic place to go visit. They're downtown. They have plenty of wineries, wine tasting rooms. They have Chateau Ste. Michelle, which has concerts in the summertime. And it's just a really fun place to go visit. And you're not too far away from Redmond. Okay, so that about wraps it up for our map tour of Redmond. It is one of those great locations where it's so close to so many different amenities. You're close to Kirkland, you're close to Bellevue. Redmond itself has a lot of great amenities, shops, restaurants, things like that, but you also get a feel of being further out, of feeling like it is more suburban if you like that lifestyle, without having to feel like you have to drive over half an hour to get into the city. So it just is kind of a nice balance, I think, between living right in the city and living way out in Suburbiaville where you don't have access to anything. And with that, I hope that you found this helpful. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to help you make that smooth move to the greater Seattle area. Be sure to stick around as we have some driving footage of Redmond. And until next time, we'll see you around town.